Hi, this is Mike J. Dabenska, YouTube librarian. I'm reading from Best Technologies for Public Libraries, and I got to a really good section. Page 162, Hosting VR Programs, Event Ideas and Proper Planning. When it finally comes time for your library to introduce VR to your community, you have a few options at your disposal. Read on for a few different ways VR can be presented to your community. When introducing a new technology to your library's community, whether it is 3D printing, drones, AR, or in this case VR, a simple lecture format may prove to be quite functional. However, just be aware that when showcasing VR for the public, you will encounter some limitations. If your library staff members wish to do an explanation of VR technology, explaining the fundamentals, demonstrating some VR tech, sharing a buying guide, and speculating whether this technology may be headed in the future, a classic lecture style presentation may perfectly suit your needs. Typically, the layout for this type of presentation is an audience style room configuration with a large section of space left free of objects and clutter in the front of the room. Presenters will likely want to utilize either a large TV or projector for the purposes of showing PowerPoint content. This content may be some brief history, web content of device manufacturers, or YouTube videos of various VR news tidbits. If possible, during a lecture-style presentation, an actual VR headset or solution should be present for a live demonstration of the technology. The TV and projector should ideally be a way for audience members to see the content that is being displayed on a VR solution that the participant is experiencing. This will allow the audience to understand why the participant is moving and reacting in the manner in which they are. The actual VR demonstration should probably be short, perhaps only 20 minutes or so. It should showcase a few different forms of VR content, such as gaming and a 360-degree video experience. The demonstration piece of the lecture presentation format is the only notable handicap for this event type. Honestly speaking, if you're doing a VR lecture for an audience of 30 people and then you start showing off the VR hardware in action, there's a very strong chance that all 30 people will want to try VR. This means that with each person getting approximately 5 minutes to try VR, you will be hosting sessions for 2.5 hours. The likelihood that attendees will get bored and frustrated with waiting is extremely high, and they may leave disappointed. With that being said, there's another form of VR presentation that may garner a better reaction from patrons. Uh, and that is the VR Experience Program. The wonderful problem to have with any VR event at your library is that every person who sees the technology being demonstrated will want to experience it for themselves. Thankfully, there's an easy way to facilitate that, ensure that participants in your program will have a memorable and enjoyable time. For our purposes, we are simply calling this event format the VR Experience Program. For starters, libraries must understand the time commitment needed to ensure that all participants that partake in a VR experience will require in order to be fully satisfied. For most attendees, their experience should likely last between 10 and 15 minutes. That amount of time should also include a buffer of a few moments, allowing a library staff member to assist in placing and removing the VR headset or resetting the VR smartphone solution. Each mini session will also require the staff member to give a very quick tutorial on how the participant can properly navigate the virtual world. Give strong consideration of limiting attendance to only 8 to 10 people. The layout of this program experience will differ from the VR lecture style presentation format in that this session will accommodate far fewer attendees, and that is by design. For this event setting, you will likely have a TV or projector in front of the room. You will have the presenter or staff member at the front of the room and then a chair close to the center of the space. This chair will be utilized to assist a patron to sit down if they get motion sickness or dizziness. Be sure to have ample space around that chair so that no other patron in attendance can be hit by the person experiencing VR, as they might be flailing their arms around or possibly losing their balance. Around the perimeter of the room should be seating for a small number of people. It is vital to have the TV or projector at the front of the room and showing the same content that the VR participant will be experiencing. This is a great way to keep others in attendance entertained while they await their turn to try the VR experience. If you feel that some people in attendance are getting a bit bored, it would absolutely be an option to hand out a few Google Cardboards and devices for them to play with while they are waiting their turn. This will also be a fantastic way for them to compare and contrast the experiences that can be offered by different tiers of VR devices. So that's best technologies for public libraries. The chapter on virtual reality. As many people know, drones are already mainstream to the to the extent that you are familiar with the military use of drones, but you probably don't have your own drone. On the other hand, 3D printing became universally adopted by public libraries. In fact, I met a 3D printing salesperson at a gaming universe conference last month. And I was thinking, well, you must be doing really well because most libraries are adopting 3D printing, or many have. Augmented reality, I think it's a little bit too soon for that. It's a little bit of a toy, but it might become a big deal with Apple Vision Pro. It might not. It didn't with Microsoft HoloLens. It didn't with Google Lens. So I decided to focus on the virtual reality chapter. What's the good idea there? Well, you might want to do a sign up sheet, but that could take a long time. So you might want to just have one person model it for other people and have the content projected in a PlayStation sense of the word. PlayStation does that easily, but not every VR headset does. So what are you going to do? You either have an already existing relationship with a PlayStation VR, because a cable can connect directly from the PlayStation 5 to the TV or projector. That's not necessarily true for a Meta Quest 2, an HTC Vive Flow, or Pico 4 or Pico G3. So now PlayStation has four differentials. One, you can connect it directly by cable to the modem in case the Wi-Fi fails. Two, you can play video games without necessarily watching VR content. Three, you can watch Blu-ray discs in gorgeous 4K. And four, you can connect a projector or TV to the PlayStation 4 or 5. Now that's four marketing differentials to the PlayStation 5. What's the problem? Not for libraries. It's not available for commercial use, but it is available, which means that it's available for non-for-profit use. Libraries tend to be non-for-profit. So now the PlayStation is looking a little bit better for the 2023 PlayStation 5. You can easily connect an HDMI cable to your projector or TV. You can have a Wi-Fi backup to your cable modem in case the Wi-Fi goes out with the PlayStation 5. You could play video games instead of on a TV while wearing a VR headset, and you can watch Blu-ray disc in gorgeous 4K. So those are four reasons why you might want to consider an $1,100 investment in PlayStation 5. Okay, I'm going to actually work not with PlayStation 5. I'm going to work with Pico G3. Pico G3 just failed with 4 selling points. They were selling sync, which is a broadcasting feature. It's not going to happen without a separate service provider. They were selling kiosk mode. It's not going to happen, probably, in the way that it's easy to do using the HTC Vive Flow. They were selling control of other devices. It's not going to probably happen. So, and they were selling, is it possible? If you are a software engineer, yeah, it might be possible. It might be, but it's not going to be easy the way the 4 selling points I mentioned for PlayStation 5. It's as easy as sticking a Blu-ray disc in, plugging in a cable. Yeah. Okay, so I'm basically saying I'm going to work with the G3 And I don't think that their four selling points are going to make it the way PlayStation 5's four selling points that I mentioned did make it. Um, where is my controller? Well, I was going to work with it, but I don't know where the controller is right now. So let's put on the PlayStation. Oh, there it is. I was looking for this controller, but in fact, I don't know what to say. I just don't think that the four of the main selling points of the Pico G3 are easy deliverable. I just spoke to like five or six people in tech support. The best they can do is provide me a competitor who may be able to provide the service. But we'll see. So I'm looking at the Pico G3 right now, and all I have left is a business store with nothing to buy. Nothing to buy. Engage, which I'm going to in fact enjoy, but I will have to use Meta Quest 2 if I want to walk around and enjoy it as a user versus as a presenter. Pico Browser, which provides a full range of social media opportunities. Settings to make certain decisions. A user sender, which establishes what my business name is and what my name is. A system update, which establishes what the current version is and gives me some options, including reminding me that I'm on a WLAN with my Wi-Fi connection. And I mean, it has Bluetooth capability, but not with a video cloud gaming streaming controller. Um, it has brightness. I have it on a power management. Let's turn that off so we get better color. That could ruin my mood. I just restarted it. I'm almost sure that what I got was a web TV and a virtual home environment. And Engage, kind of. You can use an avatar to do a presentation on Engage. Engage is working out so far. I just downloaded it to MetaQuest 2 and can do more than just look around. I could also walk around. Um, Not walk around literally, but I can move my avatar around so that I can take advantage of the content. And then there's File Manager. I downloaded some really good quality content from VR content providers. So it's kind of ending up file management, system settings, this and web TV, and one other service which is Engage, which allows me to use an avatar to make presentations. So the four actual selling points, for sure, at this time, are file management, web TV, the opportunity to make a presentation using Engage without necessarily walking around as a consumer, and system tech literacy, which is when you can make decisions about your experience using the settings. So, headset management, file management, web TV. Um, but I thought I got pretty good audio um, on it. It's not altogether true. I mean, I can put on a 4K movie, Planet. Here's cinematic aerial Planet Earth 4K. I can probably confirm that it's YouTube is willing to deliver 4K on it, and it looks beautiful. Just as it was advertised. Well, that's kind of interesting because, to some extent, the current end user should, in fact, have mastered social media, web, use of an internet browser, system management of their cell phone tablet. So it's kind of more of an end user experience than it is business use for commercial application. In fact, I found out I need to get written authorization to use it for commercial use with cash paying clients. Because Pico G3 was supposed to be an enterprise or business headset, and I will still have to get written authorization to use it for my small entrepreneurial enterprise. I mean, it could be that the benefit of, I don't know, I mean, a little bit disappointing. Not altogether. So, I mean, I can use apartments.com to look at apartments. I could go to YouTube VR to watch uploaded VR content, 360 video. But this is in 4K, and it probably really is 4K. So it looks gorgeous. Um, So the power button is here, and there's a C cable for charging port here, and the volume is over here, and there are some backup buttons here, especially for being able to use the VR headset for instead of a controller. This is the controller. There's it's sensitive. I call it a digital controller. It kind of has a thumb shape to it. So this is non-VR 2D content, but it could be 4K. In fact, YouTube is saying it's 2160p. There may be more information, but that's just one way to look at it because you could look at it as VR capable, virtual 360 video capable, 4K video capable, and even possibly virtual surround sound capable. And those four selling points, if that's true, if it's true, are worth it. So it may be hidden in the business section. Why? VR capable is good, very good. 360 video capable is good. 4K video, 2D video is good, and virtual surround sound is good. So those are probably the four selling points. And there were four kind of, well, there might have been a business reason for it, like sales on the one hand, and so we kind of have like a quadrennial club here. On the one hand, it's for sure that there's system management, file management, web TV with social media, and one app that allows you to use an avatar to make presentations. On the other hand, this device maybe is VR capable, 360 video capable, 4K video capable, and possibly virtual surround sound capable. Which so those are very nice selling points. So you kind of have to set aside the some of the selling points. But what is a problem right now? I don't know. I was almost sure this was a business use VR headset, and I don't know. I haven't gotten permission yet to use it. For I haven't gotten written permission for commercial use yet. Now I haven't had any clients yet, but I'm kind of bummed about that. On the other hand, I have done two presentations using a VR headset in virtual reality. Um, so I guess that's really good news. And I recorded it, so I got a chance to look at it. And my avatar is speaking with me. Engage was on HTC Vive Flow VR headset, but I didn't download it to Meta Quest 2 before this morning. I may actually be very happy to have the opportunity to assess for virtual surround sound. Very happy, and I'm happy with 4K video quality, and I'm happy that I can look for an apartment on apartments.com by in a virtual reality environment. So I'm not like it's just like from a business perspective. I mean, am I gonna get authorization to use it for with clients? So yeah, I mean, this is a YouTube librarian program. I mean, I read it's going to be viewed on YouTube, but Engage allows me to do a presentation in virtual reality using an avatar. It's still the same concept to some extent, and I limit it to half an hour. So, for example, it's about 30 minutes. Let's see. Let's say I'm going to stop the recording.